A very good morning and Jai Hind children. Welcome to your chemistry class. Children, we have started a chapter called sorting material into groups, that is chapter number 4. So children, please be ready with your science book and pencil, and we will start with our next topic of the chapter, that is sorting material into groups. So children, be ready with your science book and pencil. So children, in the previous class, we have studied about what materials are made up of, like what matters are made up of. So we have studied about atoms, elements, molecules and compounds. So today we'll again revise it, what are atoms, elements, molecules and compounds. So children, as you know that this is very important and basic of chemistry. So that is why I am repeating it again and again, so that all the doubts are clear in your mind and you can easily identify what is atom, what is element, what is molecule and compound. Alright, so again I'll revise this chapter, this topic, that is what is atom, what is element, what is molecule and what is compound. Okay, so let's get started with the topic atom, molecule, elements and compound. So everybody is ready, I hope. So let's start with it. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, atoms, elements, molecules and compounds. Children, we know that all the matter, be it gas, be it water, be it solid, be it liquid, be it gas, be it solid, any matter is made up of a very smallest particle, that is called atom. Alright, that is called atom. Okay, when these atoms are mixed together, or when one or more atoms mix together, it forms molecule. Okay, when similar atoms mix together, it is called element. When different atoms mix together, it is called compound. So let's see what is there. Children, atom. Atom is represented by single one small symbol. Alright, like this. You can see here He is written. Okay, He stands for helium. What He is called? Helium. Okay, so this is one single atom. This is one single atom. Okay, here H stands for hydrogen. H stands for hydrogen, and you can see here two H are combined together. Here this single H is one atom of hydrogen. This is one hydrogen atom, and the second one is one hydrogen atom. So what is happening here, when two hydrogen atoms are combining together, it will form element. अगर सिमिलर है, अगर एक जैसे हैं, जैसे कि हाइड्रोजन हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन ऑक्सीजन, क्लोरीन क्लोरीन, oxygen oxygen oxygen, sulfur sulfur sulfur, you can see here every two or more similar atoms are combining together, so it is called element. What it is called, children? It is called element. Okay, इसको भी हम मॉलिक्यूल कहेंगे. मॉलिक्यूल का मतलब होता है जब दो या दो से एटम कंबाइन हो, चाहे वो सिमिलर हो चाहे वो डिफरेंट हो, उनको हम मॉलिक्यूल ही कहेंगे. चिल्ड्रन, I'll send you the video. You can look into that video and you can understand it from there also. Okay, I'm here trying to make you understand. So this one is helium. This is atom. Here you can see two and more similar atoms are combining together. So it is called element. Okay, it is called element. Clear? So what is atom here? Here it is hydrogen. Here two atoms of oxygen are combining. Here two atoms of chlorine is combining. here 3 atoms of oxygen is there, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 atoms of sulfur. Okay. So helium is represented as He, hydrogen is represented as H, oxygen is represented as O, chlorine as Cl, capital C and small l, oxygen again as O, and sulfur as S, capital S. So here are some symbols also. So very common symbols you should learn and you should know. Okay. So again, these are elements because they have similar atoms. They are called elements. Clear? Children, one more thing. Why only 2 atoms are combining to form hydrogen? Why only 2 atoms of oxygen are combining to form oxygen? Why here 3 atoms are there? Why 8 atoms are there? Because in the nature they exist in this form. They cannot exist in single atomic form. They cannot exist as single oxygen. Okay? Helium can exist as single, but hydrogen cannot exist as single atom. Oxygen cannot exist as single atom. Same with chlorine, oxygen and ozone and sulfur. Alright. Sulfur cannot exist as single S unit. It will always be present in the universe in the form of S8. Okay. So here we have written H2, O2, chlorine 2, Cl2, ozone 3, that is oxygen 3, sulfur S8. तो जितने एटम्स हैं वो नंबर हम यहाँ पे नीचे लिख देते हैं. So they are called elements. Got it? Now coming on to this. Children, here also 2 and more atoms are combining. So it will be called molecule. It will be called molecule. These are also called molecules. These are also called molecules. But if molecule is having similar atom, it will be called atom. It will be called element. And if they have different atoms combined together, it will be called compounds. Okay. So here we have the compound or the molecule of water. Okay. So in water, what is the formula? H2O. H2 means 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So here we have 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So it forms 1 molecule of water. Clear? Here we have methane. The formula of methane is CH4. CH4 means C is 1 and H hydrogen is 4. What is C? C is carbon. H is hydrogen. Okay. So we have 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen. So 1 carbon is there and it is attached with 4 different hydrogen atoms. So here what we can see is different atoms are combined together. Here similar atoms were combined. Here different atoms are combined. So they are called compounds and they are called elements. Okay. So these are called elements and they are called compounds. And this single entity is called atom. Okay. And they are also called molecule and they are also called molecule. I hope now it is clear. Again, if not, I am going to send you the video. Please go through that video. It will be crystal clear to you. Alright. So children, as we know that, now let's first go to the text and then we'll come to this PPT again. So please open this chapter number 4, sorting material into groups. Page number is 36, children. So please open page number 36. Okay, so this we have done. What is matter made up of? We have done. So atom was first given by John Dalton. This we have done. Then what is molecule? So when, see, The smallest particle of water contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. This forms 1 molecule of water. Okay. So when 2 or more different atoms combine together, it forms molecule. Then we have iron. This is called element. Children, always remember, the smallest particle of atom is element, but the smallest particle of compound is molecule. This question can be asked time and again. The smallest particle of element is called atom, and the smallest particle of compound is molecule. Okay. Now let's see here. Let's see table 4.3. We have water. So we know water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So hydrogen and oxygen are the elements or the atoms of water. Common salt, the salt that we eat, is made up of sodium and chlorine, that is NaCl. Okay. Sugar is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Sand is made up of silicon, oxygen. Urea, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. Washing soda, sodium, carbon, oxygen. So they are what? Because they are containing different atoms here, different elements here, they are called compounds. So water, common salt, sugar, sand, urea, washing soda, they are called compounds because they have 2 and more different types of elements or atoms combined together. Got it? Now coming on to next, we have, there are about 118 different elements known to us. Okay, so we have 118 different elements that are known to us. Among these, 92 are naturally occurring, that are present on the earth during the time of the formation of earth. Okay, so 92 are natural occurring among 118 elements, and rest have been made in the laboratory. Okay, so some common elements are hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, zinc, helium, sodium, silicon, silver, carbon, gold, sulfur, magnesium, phosphorus, nitrogen, aluminum and mercury. Children, these are some common elements that you should know, and we cannot write the complete name all the time. Okay, we cannot write the complete name all the time. So to make it symbolic, to make it small and to use it again and again in a reaction, different alphabetical symbols are given to it. Like, how many alphabets are there? We have total 26 alphabets from A to Z, isn't it? From A to Z we have 26 alphabets. So among these 26 alphabets we can make million and million of names, isn't it? Like someone is there whose name is Rahul, so it is R-A-H-U-L. Okay. Similarly, someone will be Rohit, so R-O-H-I-T. Someone's name will be Payal, so it will be P-A-Y-A-L. So everything, every word that we are seeing here also is made up of 26 alphabets only, isn't it? Similarly, to make these elements symbolic, we use certain alphabetical symbols. Like hydrogen has a symbol H, capital H. Oxygen O, chlorine Cl, zinc Zn, helium He, sodium Na, silicon Si, silver Ag, carbon C, gold Au, sulfur S, magnesium Mg, so on. So children, don't worry. As you will grow up in class 7th also, you are going to study this. You will learn various symbols of these elements and atoms. Okay, but here in this class. So you should know certain common elements, like you should know what is the symbol of hydrogen, you should know what is the symbol of oxygen, carbon, and so on. Okay, so we know, like till now we know there are 118 different elements, and children, this 118 different elements are arranged in a very systematic manner. Okay, so let's see how they are arranged. Okay, so children, we have here 118 different elements and they are arranged accordingly, and this is called periodic table. What is this called? It is called periodic table. We have all 118 elements arranged here according to that. We will see that you need not know now. When you go to the higher classes, you will learn this. Alright, so see, we have hydrogen here, we have oxygen, we have carbon. Alright, so all 118 elements are here. Okay, among these 92 are naturally occurring, that was present during the formation of earth. Okay, जब अर्थ का फॉर्मेशन हुआ था तब ये 92 एलिमेंट्स पहले से ही एग्जिस्ट करते थे, लेकिन जो कुछ नए बने हैं उनको लैब में बनाया गया है. Clear? So these are 100 different 18 elements. They are arranged accordingly in the periodic table. So this is called periodic table. So when you go to the higher classes, then you will learn it, and how they are arranged, that also you will see. Okay. So coming back to the text. So there are 118 different elements known and they are arranged accordingly, that you have seen. Among these, 92 are naturally occurring and rest has been prepared in the laboratory. Okay. So now let's see again to the PDF. Go to the PDF of the chapter. Okay. So now think of atoms like letters of alphabets that I have told you. So we group different letters to make words. Thousands of words can be made from just 26 letters. So we know there are 26 alphabetical letters. There are 26 letters, and from this 26 letters we can make thousands of words. You can see here also there are thousands of words present, and these are only made from these 26 letters. In the same way, atoms join together to make molecules. Okay, million of different kinds of molecules can be made from 118 different kind of atoms, as you can see here in the table. See, consider these hydrogen, oxygen, sodium, chlorine as alphabets. Okay, so from these alphabets we can make different and thousands types of compound or molecule. Okay, so that is why we see millions of compounds around us. Like sugar is a compound, chalk is a compound, vinegar is a compound, we have salt, we have water, they are compound. Sugar has its own formula, chalk has its own formula, vinegar has its own formula, salt is made up of sodium and chlorine, water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So this 118 elements make different compounds. Okay, when they combined haphazardly, they make different compounds. Okay, this is the reason why salt is salty and sugar is sweet, because of the different combinations of elements. I hope you got it. Okay, so it is fascinating to see that atoms of two gases like hydrogen and oxygen can combine together to form water. Hydrogen and oxygen combine together to form water. You can see here we have molecules of water. So one hydrogen we have, one hydrogen again, so two hydrogen and one oxygen. So the formula will be H. So the formula here will be what? H2O. Alright. So the formula is, just a second children. So the formula here is H2O. Alright. Similarly, here we have the molecule of vinegar. So in the molecule of vinegar, we require 2 carbons. See, you can see 2 carbons, 2 oxygen, 3 hydrogens, in fact 4 hydrogens. Alright. So formula will be, yes children, quickly, C2H4O2. Okay. So this is the formula of vinegar. Clear? Vinegar in Hindi is called sirka. Okay, you must have seen it. So when they combine together, they form a molecule. You can see here also we have sodium. So this is sodium, we have common salt, and this is chlorine. So they have children different properties also that you will study in higher classes. Okay. So when 2 gaseous molecules like hydrogen and oxygen combine, it forms water. When 2 poisonous substances like sodium itself is a poisonous if it is used individually. Chlorine is also poisonous when it is used individually. But when this sodium and chlorine combine together, it forms salt, and we eat it daily, isn't it? So by this combination we are able to see different compounds. Children, chemistry is very interesting, and like we come across different chemicals, we mix together 2 or more chemicals and we get a third compound. Okay, so chemistry is all about magic. Children, in your exhibition also you have done various magics with the chemicals. So chemistry is all about the magical word. You can combine different color together and you will see a third color. You will see a different compound altogether. So this is very interesting, beta. You should learn all these things. Okay. So these are the few basic things about chemistry, with what is atom, what is element, what is compound, and what is molecule. And there are certain different elements, few symbols that you should know at this standard. So children, I am again showing you some symbols of a common element that you should learn. So I am again sharing with you the PPT. So you should see, these are certain common elements. The spelling of common is wrong here, so let me correct it first. Correct. So here are some common elements. The symbol of this you should know. Like hydrogen is represented as H, capital H, helium He, carbon C, nitrogen N, oxygen O, sodium Na, capital N, small a, magnesium Mg, aluminium Al, silicon Si, phosphorus like P. Okay, so these are the few elements that you should know. The symbol of these elements you should know. Okay, so these were few symbols of the common elements that you should know. Okay, now coming back to the text, let's see what is written. So now coming on to the next topic, that is classification. So children, what is classification? Yes, tell me, what is classification? So in our when starting from bio to chemistry to everywhere, we keep on classifying the things. We keep on grouping the things into their similar characters. Like we have classified into living and non-living. So this is one classification. So how we have done this classification? So this classification is done on the basis of either their property, or on the basis of their color, on the basis of their size, on the basis of the function they perform. We have grouped certain things into the categories. Okay, this is called classification. Okay, so let's see what is written. Classification. Take a look around yourself and try to make a list of things you can see. So you can see table, you can see chair, you can see books, pencil, almirah, everything around you. Okay, are you able to list everything you see? Yes, we can, but it will take some time. So that would be quite a task, for there are thousands and thousands of things around you. Some of these things may be living, while some of them may be non-living. Okay, they may be of different shapes, sizes and colors. Okay, they may be of different shapes, sizes and colors. Okay, like your book is of different shape, you are of different shape, so everything is of different shapes, sizes and colors. Okay, they may be made up of same or different material, like book is made up of paper, but the mobile you are using is made up of metal. Okay, the pencil you are writing is made up of wood, so they are made up of different materials. Okay, there are even certain things that exist but you cannot see, such as air. Air is present around you but we cannot see it. Even small germs, we cannot see it, but they are present. So it is a bit difficult task to make a list of things that are present around us. Okay, if we go into much detail of it. Okay, so in what ways are things you see different from each other? In what ways are they alike? Can you group things together according to certain properties? Same thing that I have told you, that children, we are dividing or we are classifying the things on the basis of their similar character, like living and non-living. So let's see in the activity, we have two groups, group A and group B. So group A has human, neem tree, pea plant, duck, cockroach. Group B has pen, cell phone, watch, book, table. So how you can differentiate it? What is the difference between group A and group B? So if you look to it very closely, group A, everything is living character. Humans are living, trees are living, duck is living, cockroach is living, isn't it? When you see to group B, pen, cell phone, watch, book, table, they all are non-living. Okay, so we have grouped it, this group A and group B, on the basis of their properties, on the basis of their characters. Okay, now here you will notice that group A has living things, whereas group B has non-living things. Okay, so what is classification? Grouping together things with similar property is called classification. So how you will define classification? Grouping together things with similar property is called classification. Classification can not only be living and non-living, it can be on the basis of shape, size, color also. So let's see. Although living things share some common properties, they differ from each other in several ways. Okay, living things can be further classified into subgroups such as plants and animals. See, plants have different characteristics, animals have different characteristics. So, living thing can also be categorized into two. Each of these can be further classified based on certain properties. Animals can also be further classified into. Animals is a very huge word. Like animals includes small ants also. Animal includes elephant. Animal includes flies. Everything is included in the animal. Even we are also included in the animals. So it can again be classified into insects, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals. Okay. For example, all insects have 6 legs, but each group differ from other group in some way. So we can again and again classify and categorize the things. Okay. So this is about the classification. Okay, please children go through this. Please read this chapter till here, till classification. In the next class, we'll do the oral question and we'll continue with the most important topic of this chapter, that is properties of material. Children, if you will read it beforehand, before I teach you, you will understand it better. Okay? So please go through this topic. Please go through these topics. Please read this chapter. Children, now I am going to send you a video. Please go through that video. You will able to understand what is difference between atom, element, molecule and a compound more clearly. Alright. So that's all for today's class. Thank you and Jai Hind, children.